Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A Sisseton man will spend time behind bars after pleading guilty to domestic violence assault. Sisseton Wahpeton Oyate law enforcement says 33-year-old Christopher Keeble was sentenced to 85 months in federal prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release.
In May 2021, Keeble went to his girlfriend's home and got her to come outside. He then choked her and punched her in the face. Authorities say his actions were unprovoked and also violated a tribal court order of protections.
A Browns Valley, Minnesota man will also spend years in federal prison after pleading guilty to abusive sexual contact with children. Sisseton Wahpeton Oyate law enforcement says 43-year-old Ernest Barse Jr. was sentenced to 16 years, followed by 5 years of supervised release.
Officials say the incidents happened between July 2007 and July 2008 and April 2016 and April 2019. Both victims were under the age of 12.
School officials in Del Rapids have identified the boy who died after being hit by a pickup while riding his bike. The victim was 14-year-old Xander Heathcote.
Following Wednesday's crash, he was flown to a Sioux Falls hospital where he died of his injuries. Officials say the driver of the pickup was cooperative and the crash is still being investigated.
2 people were arrested for drugs after an underage party near Lake Elvin. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says deputies learned about the party around 10 o'clock last night.
Officials found the party on public hunting ground a short time later. 10 people, including those arrested for drugs, were cited for underage drinking.
Now let's send it over to meteorologist Scott Munn for a check of this morning's weather. It's going to be a warm one today and all weekend, Scott.
Yes, we are looking at hot and humid conditions to return. Numbers in the 80s. We'll have higher dew point temperatures, and we will interact with that as we go through the weekend with pieces of energy coming in from the southwest, and that will help spark severe thunderstorms, something that we'll have to pay close attention to as we go through the holiday weekend. Your Friday morning, starting with temperatures in the 40s and 50s, as we have a couple of outlines to show you. Tomorrow night, starting about 5, 6 o'clock, western South Dakota, chance for severe thunderstorms, and they will roll to the east as we go through the evening and into the overnight hours. And then another one for Sunday, and that covers much of eastern South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. In fact, that's an enhanced risk for severe weather. And you can even throw in Monday as well across eastern KELOLAND. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Farm insurance agencies have been busy following the May 12th derecho.
The storm brought widespread damage to farming operations across eastern KELOLAND, and some insurance adjusters are still working to assess all the destruction. They're hoping to get insurance claims to producers as soon as possible.
When you write an insurance policy, you're making a promise, and the accuracy of the contract and working with the clients to make sure that their information is up to date on a regular basis is very important. It's what we do on a day-to-day basis. This provides an opportunity for us to follow through on that promise.
Lindemann says they hope to have checks out within a couple of weeks. Memorial Day means a busy weekend ahead for cemeteries.
We caught up with staff at Woodlawn Cemetery who were planting flower beds ahead of the weekend. Well, it's always the goal to keep the cemetery looking pristine. There's an extra push right now.
We typically have lots of people from out of town coming in, maybe their one-time visit of the year that they're coming to visit their loved one.
Staff at Woodlawn Cemetery have 80 acres to maintain.
Memorial Day also means a lot of traveling for people across South Dakota. The Department of Public Safety is reminding everyone to make safety a priority, especially with the weekend storms. You should slow down, avoid distractions, drive sober, and buckle up.
Safety officials say speeding, alcohol, and not wearing a seatbelt are the most common factors in fatal crashes. Compared to last year, deaths on the road are down 33%.
The Hydrant Block Party is coming back to Sioux Falls this summer. The events will start on July 14th at Baker Park. The hydrant parties will also be every Thursday from 1 to 3 p.m. It's free for all ages, and they're welcome to attend. So bring out your water sprays and have some fun with the games and music. The fountains at Main Street Square in Rapid City also opening for the summer season today.
This year, the fountains will be open all week and at night. There will also be water dances and plays set to a light show.
A road in a South Dakota state park will be closing starting next week. On Tuesday, Playhouse Road in Custer State Park will be closed from Iron Mountain Road to Center Lake.
The road will be rebuilt from the Eastern Park boundary to the Center Lake entrance. Center Lake and the Black Hills Playhouse will remain open and can be accessed by Highway 81. Work is expected to be done by mid-September. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, as we take a look at weather, well, we'll parse out these outlooks for severe thunderstorms. First of all, tonight, there could be a few stronger storms in northwest South Dakota. So we have a slight risk here for Buffalo and that northwestern quadrant of South Dakota. Primarily, a lot of this will be this evening, and then tendency overnight is for those storms to drift east and then dissipate a bit. But there will be chances of rain for Aberdeen and Watertown even tonight. Tomorrow night, we look at the Black Hills, Rapid City. That's where a lot of this will fire up in the either late afternoon or early evening. And then the thinking is that you head along Interstate 90, this stuff will drift eastward past sunset, and there could be some wind, some pockets of damaging winds. I would not necessarily advertise an organized severe weather event, but there's clusters of storms. We'll kind of be aware of that. Now, Sunday gets more organized, and so still a lot of things to hammer out on details with this, but you recall yesterday we had a kind of a similar map to this. Well, today we've taken it, the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted again a few more parameters. This enhanced risk in the red is what we're primarily looking at, and so ingredients are there for any mode of severe weather, but we'll be able to dial in a little bit better into the specifics on this throughout the weekend. Even later today, we should have a few more things to say about that. So that's the story there, Sunday night or Sunday late afternoon and Sunday night. Monday could end up being a pretty rough day, too, although Memorial Day itself will really directly hinge on what happens the day before. And obviously, those things have yet to come in the future. So we'll just continue to give you more information as we get it here in the Storm Center. 80 today, Sioux Falls. Let's jump to your 7 days. Obviously, with these severe weather risks in mind, it's going to be hot at times, 90 Sunday. Could be well into the mid to upper 80s on Monday, too. But then by Tuesday, Wednesday, we start to shuffle down. We've got temperatures cooling off. And also in Aberdeen, we're probably looking at these storm chances on the lead side of the system, but then once it sweeps through here, by Wednesday, it'll cool off. 68 for high there. And for Pierre and Rapid City, we're going to be in the 80s to kick off the weekend. These storm chances will also include you, but the severity of the weather by Sunday and Monday should not feature severe weather. In fact, if anything, we're probably going to lower the temperatures by Memorial Day into the 50s in some areas of western South Dakota, so it's going to cool off. Check out more coverage online at KELOLAND.com.